With my Teach TV knowledge already set and locked in my brain, I teleport my way straight to Viridian Forest and encounter a Caterpie. I start training Caterpie, only battling other Caterpies. And I use my final potion, healing up Caterpie for the grind. Caterpies give out 1 HP elixir, 8 EVs. Pikachus give out 2 speed EVs. I do not need any speed EVs on my Caterpie, so I let it faint and switch out to my Pikachu to make sure this Pika girl can defeat the Pika boy, giving my Pikachu a speed advantage now. Most trainers make the mistake of fighting Weedles. I make sure not to. I switch Pokemon and continue to train. Mankey faints to a Weedle. Unfortunate. Of course, my Pidgey that can use all the EVs in the forest takes it out. And back to the grind. I run around looking for more Pokemon to fight. Oh, no, wait, I don't. I'll go back to the Pokemon Center and heal. I forgot. I'm very focused on getting my Caterpie's EVs up first.
I'm Nurse Joy, and I'll heal your Pokemon. I love my job.
After that quick trip with Nurse Joy, I make my way back up to the forest to train. Remember, everything the Teach TV guy taught me. Of course, Red is a very smart trainer and switches out back to his Caterpie and continues the EV training against other Caterpies. Each Caterpie is worth 1 HP EV, and I have to defeat 252 of them. But not all today. That would be overkill. Kakuna is worth 2 defense EVs, and Caterpie gains those too. And another HP EV gained. Caterpie's stats are looking really good. I have to make sure to run from all Weedles though, because I do not want to attack EVs on him. And the grind is brutal. Each time a Kakuna shows up, I'm running out of tackles. But Caterpie's getting mad strong. It's already probably my strongest Pokemon. And I run away from extra Kakunas because I run out of tackles. And hit the Pokemon Center.
Welcome to the Pokemon Center. You back already?
I'll heal your Pokemon.
I'll heal your Pokemon. I love my job.
Another quick trip to Viridian Forest, and we train. Again, running around grass and finding Caterpies. I tackle them down and watch the results. After encountering multiple different Pokemon, I realized switch training would not be a bad option, so that way I don't have to run to the Pokemon Center. Pikachu needs its speed EVs, so that way it can always attack first. But a level 3 won't beat a level 5, so I use Mankey to weaken down the wild Pika girl, and it unfortunately loses to a Thunder Shock, being slower. I send out Pika Girl to finish with the Thunder Shock, and those are 2 more speed EVs added to my Pikachu, gaining it to level 4. In this instance, Caterpie's ready to evolve. becoming a Pokemon that we haven't caught before, Metapod. Metapod is going to make the grind way easier now that it's able to like tackle Caterpies down way quicker without taking damage. So many HP EVs are added to Metapod that it's a living tank. Of course, I'm dodging all the Weedles, so it's just a tank.
Again? You're healing your Pokemon? I love my job.
After healing up, I go one more time, training up Metapod, and getting as much EVs as possible for it. It's gaining 3 HP every level thanks to this. And I can't even count how many times I weaken a Weedle when Metapod runs low on tackle attacks and start training my own Weedle. Who needs the attack EVs to become the strongest Weedle out there? Weedle needs to EV train against other Weedles, and they both do 1 damage to each other as they fight. I train Weedle so much that I end up running out of power points on him and start using Struggle later on. Of course, Pidgey needs HP EVs to be able to fight Pewter City's gym leader.
Can't a lady just have her lunch break? Here are your Pokemon. I love my job.
I'm looking at my Pokemon and they're not getting that many levels. So it's back to the grind. I send Mankey out to gain some speed EVs so that even when it's paralyzed, it can be faster than most of the bug Pokemon in the forest, defeating a Rattata and a Pidgey. Mankey's able to gain some much needed XP. Oh, what? I didn't beat that Pidgey? My bad. Well, Pikachu needs those speed EVs because it's going to be a permanent member to our team, being Red's favorite Pokemon. I run around and get that potion that I'm always seeing as I pass by the old man, so that way I can spend longer times in the forest. And I go ahead and check out this building over here. It's the Pokemon Gym? Don't we need badges? Isn't that what my rival said that he was going to do? I continue training Weedle, who needs only attack and speed EVs. Rattata is worth 1 speed EV, so it's fair game to face combat against my Weedle. Weedle poisons Rattata, and I finish it off with a Poison Sting, gaining enough XP to level up. Then work my way into Viridian Forest to continue battling this mirror match. Poison Sting, Poison Sting. I use Metapod to weaken Weedle, so that way Weedle can defeat Weedle later. And the secret ability Shed Skin is really sweet, because now I don't have to see my Pokemon suffer from poison if they heal it themselves. Remember, a good deed a day keeps something away. Or I'll have to rewatch the Teach TV. I mirror match Weedles all up in this forest with my own Weedle until I gain enough attack EVs to where I'm happy. Of course, it's brutal seeing these fights. It's one damage at a time. Boom. Boom. I switched train to Spearow, who's supposed to be our nothing but attack build. So defeating a few Weedles wouldn't hurt. It's EVs. Every time I see a Caterpie, I switch out to Metapod, who needs the EVs just to level up my Weedle a bit more, so that way fights don't drag out for minutes. And minutes turn into hours. Of course, it's not that easy. I haven't even faced a trainer yet, and my Pokemon are still not ready for battle. I switch out. Caterpies are meant for Metapod, and Metapod knocks them out easy. This forest is an endless grind. Weedle versus Weedle. Having to switch train out to Metapod, Spearow, and Pidgey just to get my Weedle to gain enough XP. Of course, it helps all the party members, and I'm not seeing Nurse Joy as much. I switch out to Spearow to weaken Weedles, or take them out if Spearow so happens to do so. And XP points are gained. Walking around endlessly. Each Caterpie goes to Metapod. As I said multiple times to myself while grinding out, Weedle grows to level 7 and Metapod grows to level 9, except at this point I am getting my Weedle ready to start struggle strats, so I don't let it evolve, and I burn out the string shots. I even check Metapod to make sure I know how many hardens one Kakuna or Metapod would have. After wasting every single string shot I have, I then switch out to Pidgey to do the final fight against a Kakuna who struggles against it. We're about to see if it's all worth it, because we bump into another Kakuna and Weedle's able to use all its remaining string shots against it until we get to Poison String. Oh, that was a wise call. Poison Sting wouldn't have done much to Kakuna because it was a bad type matchup, but Pidgey was able to brute force its way up and gain its level to level 5, learning Sand Attack, which may prove to be useful. Of course, now Weedle's able to use its Poison Stings, working its way up to finally being able to use its new move, Struggle, which finally does massive damage against other Weedles. We run around and bump into a Pikachu and switch out to Metapod to take a hit. Metapod goes down. We switch out another Pokemon, hoping Spearow is faster, but Spearow is not. It also goes down to this Pikachu. We send out Pidgey, and we go for a tackle attack. It goes for Growl, so we're able to weaken it, but also go down to another Thunder Shock. We use our next Pokemon, Pikachu, who we've been training against other Pikachu and other speedy Pokemon to gain its speed EVs. because we have nothing to gain special attack EVs yet. Pikachu becomes level 5, and then we run around using Struggle with Weedle. Weedle's able to two-shot most Weedles now. Well, all Weedles. Boom, check that out. Struggle. Oh, the grind's so much better now. We bump into another one. And continue to use Struggle. A move that we need to gain the EVs for Weedle faster without switching out. Weedle finally gains enough XP, and we decide it's fair game, and we let it evolve into Kakuna, the Cocoon Pokemon, and continue our journey. Now fighting with our Kakuna, we struggle Weedles for more attack EVs. This shell hits real hard. With 3 HP left, we use Struggle, and we decide that's it. Her Pokemon are weak. We have a Kakuna with 1 HP and a level 5 Pikachu. We have to go heal. So we go run straight to the Pokemon Center and heal up.
Hello, I'm Nurse Joy. Of course I'll heal your Pokemon. I love my job.
Checking out our team, it's looking pretty nice. We got a whole set of level 5 Pokemon except for Mankey, which is actually a pretty fun little monkey dude. So we decide to train up the party members that don't quite have XP yet, like Mankey, which we train against some Rattatas who only tail whipped us for some free XP, straight to level 4. We run around again, hoping the same fate to another Rattata, and we scratch them the exact same way. Free XP here on Route 1. We bump into a level 3 Pidgey, who we scratch, that nearly takes us out, and then we decide that's enough for Mankey, and because Mankey's a low level, we decide we can use him to switch train, and he will be the bait. So we can pick which Pokemon gets which EVs, and Mankey will always get XP. Kakuna, that's defense EVs, so we switch out to Metapod. Right? Yeah, we switch out to Metapod. That's the good call. And we tackle it down. Of course, the battle's not going fast enough, so we use Spearow to weaken Kakuna, just so that we can get it into range for Metapod to take out a little faster. Because we've been grinding for 75 minutes, and I know it only looks like 18 minutes for you, but Red's been out here for an hour, and still trying to pick out Pokemon for the right EVs. Metapod gets to fight all the Caterpies, knocking them out to make sure it's the most healthiest one. Another defense EVs, those go to Metapod because it's going to be weak to a rock type attack. We need to have the defense. We go ahead and take our chance with Mankey and start attacking before switching out to Metapod. And Metapod has so many HP EVs, I've lost count. These defense EVs go straight to Metapod too. A Metapod battle versus another Metapod. But my Metapod is the best and ends up knocking out this wild Metapod. Mankey's gaining XP steadily, and we bump into another Metapod. And we decide to use scratches with Mankey all the way down so Metapod can save some tackles. And take it out. Boom. Another level for Mankey. It learned Low Kick. Low Kick's a new move, so we go ahead and test it out against a Weedle. And it does 0 damage. It's not very effective. We try Scratch, and it is effective. We finish off Weedle with Scratch, and Mankey is actually a good Pokemon now, being able to survive out in the tough terrain that is Viridian Forest. Weedle's wasting turns with Scratch, and we're able to take it out easily. That's a good monkey. Check that out. I've swapped out to Metapod 100 times, so now we swap out to Pidgey, who needs the levels. And it's able to take it out, gaining some much needed XP. So right now, we go ahead and low kick a Kakuna for no reason. Switch to Metapod, whose probably HP and defense EVs are so high by now. Ooh, some sweet attack EVs. We go for it. We get Poison Stinged and still manage to win. Mankey's now level 7. And we're not done yet. This is only half the grind. And we lose a Pokemon. Switching it out to Kakuna, who actually needs a weakened Pokemon to take it out, to get the right EVs it needs. And we run around the grass, searching for a Pokemon. Guess what it is? Another Pikachu. Where were these Pikachus when I was looking for them? Who knows? We go ahead and switch to Kakuna to weaken Pikachu. Actually, Kakuna needs speed EVs. If it could take it out, we let it, and it gains XP. Those 2 speed EVs. We bump into another Kakuna, and we gain the defense EVs on Pidgey. Now we have a bulky bird, a strong bird, we got a bulky bug, and then we got a strong bug. And it's clean. We're gaining attack and all the right stats right where we need to. We did our homework, but we leave a battle poisoned and we walk a few steps and Pidgey faints. Now the team's looking not so complete. We switch out a Pokemon to the front and we run around for some more battles. Metapod, we use Poison Sting, but careful not to knock it out. Switch out Metapod, which is now the only Pokemon on our team that needs the defense EVs. But unfortunately, we run out of tackles. And we stall the other Metapod to struggle, so it knocks itself out so Metapod can gain those EVs. Yeah, 2 Metapods hardening, just like the most classic battle you know. We continue, and we switch around our Pokemon. We decide Spearow can use some HP EVs. I was only going to give it attack and speed, but HP couldn't hurt. Pokemon are getting low, so we only search for Weedles now, and we're able to knock them out with Kakuna, who's almost level 9. Jesus, look at all these Pokemon growths. We get Poison Stinged with a switch to Spearow, and we knock it out, gaining more attack EVs for our brave bird. Metapod, oh, what do we do here? Don't tell me we switch out to Metapod and, oh, we do. Even though we have no tackles. Thank God we switched to Pikachu to weaken it out without killing it. And we make sure not to. We switch out to Metapod, who then again also has to wait for that Metapod to run out of moves just to struggle so it can get the the 2 defense EVs Metapods give. Bunch of Pokemon gain XP. We bump into a Weedle and we poison sting it to death. Gain those attack EVs on Kakuna, and we decide that's about it when Spearow faints. We go search and bump into a Pika Boy, which is now not even a problem. We decide to poison sting twice with our last moves with Kakuna, who's obviously really tired from training. And we just let it die. No, we swap out to Pikachu for the classic Pika Boy, Pika Girl battle, which we win, of course. Kakuna grows to level 9. Pikachu gains XP. I check my Pokemon. I run around with Pikachu. And even though we don't need attack EVs, we go ahead and let Pikachu gain that little bit of experience points. And decide we don't want to do that too much more. So next time there's a Weedle, we run away. And we goes to the Pokemon Center.
I love my job. You're now a VIP member. Here are your Pokemon.
And I can't believe we're still back at it. Oh, thank God. We set up our team. We're ready to go. Our rival told us to meet us here. You didn't see it because the game started, but he tells me to forget about going to the Pokemon League and that I don't have any badges. But I don't believe him. I'm already Pokemon League champion ready. I challenge him to a battle. I send my Pikachu against his Pidgey. He tries to sand attack me, but I thunder shock him. But I miss. Sand attack worked, and he outsped me. Pikachu fainted against a bird. Very unlikely. I send my own bird out against him to test the strength. And we trade some tackles, and I lose. Maybe my rival's pretty tough. I send out another bird that I caught to show him who's boss, and we managed to do it. Heck yeah. Spearow even gets stronger because of it. He sends out Squirtle, and I peck him, and I go for a growl, weakening him, but he's still strong enough to take me out. Of course, I have to decide which Pokemon to finish him off with, so I go ahead and pick Kakuna. Kakuna uses Poison Sting over and over again. Kakuna doesn't know Harden because I negated its evolution, but that's fine. I go for another Poison Sting. Oh no. Let's finish him off with Metapod. No, Mankey? Metapod. Come on. There we go. Metapod. The Pokemon I've been training this entire time. You can do it. Did I really just use Harden? He faints to poison. Hey, well, you gotta be the best to pull off that stuff. I didn't luck out. You didn't have enough Pokemon. Yeah, maybe try catching more Pokemon. It tells me there's only tough trainers there. Then he challenges me with 2 Pokemon. Sure, it took off my whole team. I go talk to the guard and he tells me that I'm not skilled enough, and he's a police officer, so I listen.
I'm Professor Oak, and you've collected data from
10 Pokemon.
After Professor Oak tells me exactly what I already knew, I pretend that I just left Pallet Town with Pikachu, my favorite Pokemon, knock out some Rattatas, and work my way up. Pikachu even gains a level and learns Tail Whip. That's my girl. Pika girl. We're about to do this challenge way better with my favorite Pokemon on our team. We use Thunder Shock. Rattata uses Tail Whip. And I use another Thunder Shock. That was easy. Free XP. Free speed EIVs. That's enough for today.
Your Pokemon are at full HP, but I'll still heal them. I love my job. Here you go.
After staying at this Pokemon Center like 100 times, it's about time to make some progress on my journey for Professor Oak. I have to catch more Pokemon, and I already have every Pokemon I've ever seen, minus Squirtle. Go ahead and talk to this trainer, telling me that there's trainers ready to battle. Maybe I'll see some Pokemon that I've never seen before. Maybe I'll encounter Pokemon I haven't seen before on the other half of the forest. I defeat a Weedle real quick with my monkey girl, Mankey, who's one of my favorite Pokemon at the moment, other than Pikachu. Thought that guy was a trainer, and he was like, you can never have enough Pokeballs, and I agree with that. But until then, I'll see you next time.